Hey guys, hope you're enjoying Unit 5, We Are What We Eat, where we're learning about what food means to us culturally and personally. And personally, I'm excited for our food party at the end of the unit. Really excited to try foods from your culture and also share a little bit of what Koreans eat, being as that Korea is kind of my adopted country. But before we get to that, we have some work to do. And we're going to start on page 172 in your textbook. So turn to page 172, and we're going to talk about word families. As we've talked about, most words belong to a family that shares a common meaning. So one word is going to have several different parts depending on whether it's a verb, a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. Those are the four parts of the family that we're talking about in this class. So the root of the word might be similar and the meaning might be similar, but it's going to be a different word with a different use. And it's important to learn these word families because it's going to help you recognize and use words more efficiently. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk a little bit about word families and how to identify them. There are some tips that I can give you to help you identify the different parts of a word family. One of those tips would be in spelling patterns. The way that a word is spelled can help to identify parts of speech in word families. Remember, I said the root of these words will be similar, but the endings might be a little bit different. So that's going to help you determine whether it's a verb, a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. So in the chart on chapter 18 on page 172, we can see that several verbs use similar endings, several nouns use similar endings, and several adjectives use similar endings. As you'll see, most all adverbs end the same. So we'll see that. So the chart has already been filled out for you as far as the words. So we're going to go over the words together, and I want you to take a second after I read the list to think about what the spelling patterns are. Hopefully you've already done the work and already have your answers written down, but I will give you a second just in case you haven't had a chance to get to it yet. So first, let's look at the verb column on 172. We have advocate, externalize, minister, orient, philosophize, prioritize, and refine. So what is the most common ending for verbs? Advocate, externalize, minister, orient, philosophize, prioritize, and refine. The most common ending there is IZE. We see it in externalize, philosophize, and prioritize. So if you see that ending, chances are you've got a verb. So let's look at nouns. We've got advocate, advocacy, compatibility, ethics, minister, ministry, orientation, philosopher, philosophy, priority, and refinement. So what is the most common ending of those nouns? Advocate, advocacy, compatibility, ethics, minister, ministry, orientation, philosopher, philosophy, priority, and refinement. If you said ER or Y, you would be correct. We have advocacy, compatibility, ministry, philosophy, and priority for the Y's. And for ER, we have philosopher and minister. So those are some common noun endings. Well, how about the adjectives? We've got compatible, ethical, external, ministerial, oriented, philosophical, qualitative, and refined. So what's common there? Compatible, ethical, external, ministerial, oriented, philosophical, qualitative, and refined. AL and ED would be the most common. Ethical, external, ministerial, philosophical. And then ED, refined and oriented. And as I said, adverbs are pretty easy. We have ethically, externally, ministerially, philosophically, qualitatively. So that's pretty easy to see that most adverbs end in ly. So If you can identify spelling patterns, it's going to be easier for you to figure out which part of the family a word belongs to. So, I want you to meet the word families if you haven't already gotten acquainted with them. I want you to complete the sentences on page 173 by using the proper word family member. There's 10 sentences with blanks, and it gives you one version of the word, and you have to decide if that is the correct word part to be using, or if another family member of that word family needs to be substituted in that sentence. So if you haven't already done it, go ahead and do it, and when we come to class next time, we're going to go over those sentences and discuss why the word family member that is proper is proper. So I hope you're enjoying this unit. I hope you're getting hungry, but I also hope you're putting in some good work and really getting a chance to meet these word families, because you're going to be around them for a very long time. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.